Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today let's talk about Tom Ford. In particular, I will talk about Tuscan leather today. As you can see, I have two versions, Tuscan leather and Tuscan leather intense. First of all, maybe a little bit of talks about Tom Ford as a house, as a brand. It's a very good designer brand. Many people consider all its offerings as designers, but in my opinion this private blend line is as niche as it gets, quality wise and price wise. If you don't know because you're too young, or you don't know because you forgot because you're too old, I am joking of course. Tom Ford first line was presented in 2007, I think. 7 or 6. You see, I'm too old, I can't remember. And in his first collection there were quite few famous till today fragrances like Tobacco Vanille. I will talk about it in the future video sometime, maybe during Christmas. It's my Christmas scent. And Tuscan leather. Tuscan leather came and took frag world by storm. All Tom Ford private blend lines together took frag by storm. They were different, they were unique, they were unapologetic, they were some of those who were masculine were actually very masculine scents. Basically, this is a industrial leather and it smells like it, like an interior of a new car, expensive car, not some cheap Chinese car, but proper German or Italian sports car. In my previous video I said Lamborghini wrong and my Italian friend didn't talk to me for half a day because of it, so now I'm very cautious about saying car names. I hope to God I said Lamborghini good this time. If I mess that one up again, he will probably not talk to me ever again. So yeah, jokes aside, it's a very industrial, strong leather note. By the way, the bottle I have here is with golden batch code, so it's a pretty old batch. I heard that the new batches are shite now. I don't know. Like always with my reviews and my collections, I only know what I have, and if I have something good and the bottle didn't run out, I'm not looking to replace it. I don't look into new releases or new batches because I assume, as a rule of thumb, it's probably worse. So yeah, here I have an older batch of Tuscan leather, so it's still pretty strong note of industrial leather. And with industrial leather we have this, at the time, revolutionary contrast note, raspberry. It's a fruity, harsh leather. What's not to like about that? Well, apparently before Tom Ford nobody has thought about this combination, and after Tom Ford we have 500 plus flankers of this scent, starting with Parfum de Marly has one in the golden bottle. I forgot the name now because I don't care about the brand, but you probably know what I'm talking about. Also Rasasi had a pretty good clone. Rasasi clone of Tuscan leather was, at least at the time when I smelled it, my friend has it, it's pretty good. It's more synthetic, stronger, the same jazz with all clones, but from what I hear on how they reformulated the current versions of Tuscan leather, old batch of Rasasi clone of this scent might be even closer to the original than today's version of Tuscan leather. That's the sad state of perfumery we have now, I guess. Also, next to me, I have this now discontinued Tuscan leather Intense. Tom Ford is Tom Ford. It's funny. They called the flanker, more expensive metal black version, Intense. Well, while making it absolutely less intense than the original. It actually performs worse than the original. Overall is a lot less sharp or shouting than the original. It's a lot more wearable. It's better well-rounded. It's calmer, let's say. The industrial leather has turned to like a regular handbag leather. The raspberry note is, I don't know, either more natural or a little bit turned down. Some maybe, yeah. So it's called Intense, but by every aspect of performance, it should be called Tuscan leather mild down or something like that. I don't know. I'm not saying the Intense version is not good. It's good. In some way, it's even better than the original. Those ways are being like, if you want something less provoking, more sophisticated, then the Intense version is better for those purposes. But the main thing that got this bottle off the ground, the unapologetic nature of it's me, I'm here. It's best realized in the original version. Some people, I have read this online, say that Tuscan leather original smells like cocaine. Sorry guys, I don't know if it's visible on my face, but I have never tried cocaine. It's absolutely not something I am ever looking to try or do. I get plenty high on my Ansar Woods and Richeladores. And I think some of Ansar Woods probably cost more than cocaine. So it's not that I'm too poor for drugs. I'm just not really that desperate to get any other kick to my brain other than, I guess, €1,000 worth Ansar Woods. So yeah, I can't deny or confirm that Tuscan leather smells like cocaine, but I have heard these comparisons and some people swear by it, so yeah, I just thought it was funny to mention. But no knowledge. I have a knowledge gap here that I'm not planning to fill anytime soon. Yeah, so why do I talk about these fragrances now and here? Well, because as always I have some tangent about Tom Ford and stuff like that. I think that back in the day Tom Ford was probably one of the best houses in regular niche there is. Not price wise, they were always overpriced. Now everything is overpriced, but at least back then they provided quality. The masculine scents were truly masculine. No overdosing of amberwoods or synthetic musks here. The performance was always stellar. That's not the case anymore, I guess. The house itself was very serious. You can see, looking at these bottles, they are very serious looking, beautiful designs. No silly colors, no silly notes, no cherries, no peaches, no provocating names, none of that stuff. Back then, 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I guess, and from 2007, it was a very serious fragrance house for very serious people. It was not a free bottle brigade ever, and still isn't, I think. Tom Ford doesn't give their bottles for free to anybody. But back in the day, buying a Tom Ford fragrance and wearing a Tom Ford fragrance, it meant something. It meant you're a serious business. Like, no flamboyant fragrances were ever introduced into first lines of Tom Ford, at least ones I know. They're all very base heavy, dark, brewing, resinous scents for serious people who want to assert their presence, and even, let's be real, the shock factor. One of the most famous Tom Ford commercial, and you probably, most of you, at least my age, saw it, where there was a woman's thighs and a bottle of Tom Ford for men, I think, in between them. He was always there to shock. Tom Ford, as a man, was genius at marketing. I call him Steve Jobs of fashion. Am I right or am I right? But nowadays it has changed. Now we have pink something, lost cherries, and I don't know. I have tried those scents. I have tried lost cherry, I have tried bitter peach, I have tried... that's not what Tom Ford is to me. Tom Ford to me is this, and many more fragrances I will talk about in the future. When I said in my previous videos that after discovering artisanal fragrances, most of my niche bottles were sold out because I didn't wear them anymore, Tom Ford was one of the few brands that remained. Quality was here, for sure. Brand was serious enough. No free bottles or shady marketing strategies. The only very serious gripe of Tom Ford that I have is that I feels like the best fragrances they create, they discontinue. All my favorite Tom Ford fragrances that I enjoy the most are discontinued now. Nice. Let's keep all the cherries. That's what world wants now, I guess. So yeah, you can keep your cherries, and I will cherish my original versions of these scents. Bye.